Hey, I'm here and I want to talk about my characters. Because I can. So basically, what happened was I was thinking one day and I was like, what if, just hypothetically, what if my characters were like in a magical world? Because they're actually in a pretty grounded world in like the normal story. But what if they were like magical and like DND-esque? And I was like, perfect. That is the perfect idea. So, I decided to do a few of my characters. Sorry, I really gotta stop calling them OCs if I actually want to do stuff with them. So I decided to draw some of my characters as D&D, like as if they were in D&D stuff, because I'm me and I want to. Let's go. Alright, so today we are starting off with Crystal. I know, I am as surprised as you are that I didn't start with Oz or Tyler, because in that order, Oz is my main character and Tyler is my favorite to draw. But anyways, in my mind, Crystal is the easiest one to figure out what she would be, because in the original story I had her in, she was a god with a magical dagger that could kill anything. Like, legitimately, she was a Mary Sue, and I can admit that. I am not afraid to admit that. But now, she is just a silly little girl who lives in the circus with her parents, siblings, and cousin. She's also autistic, because I can do that with them, and it makes sense. All of that, just to say that Crystal is now a rogue with their main weapon, I keep saying there. I have non-binary characters. I kind of mix them up, but it's a she. Don't worry. Crystal is a she, uses she/her pronouns, just in case anyone wants to reference her in the comments. Anyways, Crystal is now a rogue, and she, of course, has a dagger as her main weapon. Because, it was kind of obvious. And it was literally like, that's the only reason I started with her, because that's the reason I actually wanted to do this all together. I was like, what if I took some of the characters that I originally had in like different shows, in different stories, and I put them kind of back into it. Otherwise known as, I just wanted to draw Crystal wielding a dagger again, because I haven't drawn that in quite a bit. So, for her pose, I wanted to make it a more dynamic creation, which I think I failed at miserably, but it still looks really static in my opinion, and I don't know, man. I don't like how it turned out, but at the same time, I really like how it turned out. I know what I mean. Don't worry. That's all that matters, is that I know what I mean. And if you know what I mean, cool. Good job. You know things. Sorry, someone just passed by my house on a motorcycle. I don't know if you could hear that. Anyways, so for her outfit, I actually found a lot of it online. Like, I found this amazing outfit online. I was like, ooh, that's nice. I might steal it. But I didn't steal it. I actually changed it a little bit and made it like my own type thing. And of course, like in the original picture, it was like blue and stuff as the main color, and I'm just like, no. Crystal's favorite color is pink, so we will run with that. Because again, I can do whatever the heck I want. 'Cause I created her. I get to choose what happens. It's me. I am the brains behind this. So, if you haven't noticed, Crystal is in fact a little chubbier. She's not huge, but I still made her a little chubbier because, again, I wanted to. I can do what I want. These are my characters. Shut up. Anyways, so you may actually be wondering, which is a perfectly fine wonder, Sam, if she lives in and performs in a circus, why is she chubby? And I must tell you, my dear friend, you can be fit and chubby at the same time. I should know. My brother does indeed exist, and he's a football player who still has some fat on him after all the working out he does. So, I know what I'm talking about. Somewhat. Anyways, I would like to say my line art went smoothly, 'cause it did. and that's really all I can say about the line art. It went smoothly, and it looks nice and neat by the end of the line art, so I really like... I usually play with line... Actually, I usually won't, play around with line weight, but I've decided I'm going to try and start doing that, but not for these little dudes yet. Not for these little dudes. These characters are gonna stay line weightless for a bit until I officially figure it out. I mean, if you go on my Instagram, shameless plug, Instagram is What is my Instagram? I'll put it on screen right now because I am terrible at memorizing stuff. Anyways, that's my Instagram. It's on screen right now. Shameless plug, the usual stuff. But yeah, if you go on my Instagram, you will in fact see that I have played around with line weight before in a few of my drawings, mainly a drawing of Andrelphus from the game. What in Hell is Bad? Not Hell of a Boss. I do not like drawing those characters. I'm not saying I don't like this show. The show is perfectly fine. I just don't like drawing the characters because they're difficult. Anywho, that's a story for another day. Coloring was very easy because, again, these are established characters. I already have colors for them. I have a full palette for all of my characters, as you can see when my colors flashes on screen for a split second. So as I said, Crystal's favorite color is pink, so I kind of ran with it and made everything a little shade of pink. Even the pants and boots are a shade of pink. Her little belt sheath is belt? Her little dagger sheath is pink, and I do really like how this turned out. I find it really cute, and I think I can character design decently, but I do take constructive criticism, so if you do have any tips, I am willing to take them, because don't just say my art is bad, though. That would be painful to hear. I would just like to hear how I could improve my art, other than just practice. You know what I mean? I know what I mean. If you're an artist, you know exactly what I mean. Shading, genuinely, I just shade the face. You'll notice that in like every piece I do, unless I'm really into it, I will only shade the face. And then I just continue my rendering process, blah, blah, blah. Ta-da, she's done in a minute. I just gotta add the quick little background because I don't like having white backgrounds. It just feels weird to me. I don't know why. It just is. But ta-da, here she is, Rogue Crystal. Speaking of Oz, I know I mentioned them like a lot of minutes ago, but guess what? It's their turn now. So, to be completely honest, Oz was made just for this story. They didn't have anything before. They just came into existence from me doodling and being like, oh, this looks like a fun character. I'll make them the main character, because they're fun and cute. Basically, what I made Oz is, a druid, because I can. I have my reasons, don't worry. The reasons are that, they really like to be in nature and they love animals. One of their, goals in life is to become, a wildlife biologist. Just a fun fact. Also, if you haven't noticed, Oz uses they, them pronouns, so if you do want to reference them in the comments, just make sure to use those ones. As stated earlier, Oz was really never in a previous story for this one. They exist solely for this story, so I had, no blueprint as to what they would be. With Crystal, it was easy because she was already a dagger-wielding god. What the fuck? What was I thinking? I'm sorry, I really should redraw some of my old art. That would be entertaining, wouldn't it? Anyways, Oz didn't have, a blueprint or anything, as I was saying. So, I was going in blind, kind of. So I genuinely just looked up druid outfits on Pinterest, and here we sit. with that cute outfit in the corner and those really cute boots, and they couldn't really add in the boots because the skirt put so much, like, took up everything. But I promise, they're there. Just, if you haven't noticed, I can't draw clothing without references. I should have just stopped at I can't draw clothing, because if you look at any of my characters, they all have, like, really simple outfits, and I'm not complaining. It's a very grounded world. They don't need fancy outfits, but, like, it's hard when I do want to do, like, fantasy worlds and stuff, and I sit and I'm just like, oh, I don't know how to draw clothing. So I'm gonna plan on doing some clothing studies, because I really need to do that. I have so many things I need to work on, but everyone does, right? Everyone has things they need to work on. Line art, again, I didn't mess with line weight much. I just went with it. Followed the sketch, did my usual thing. As I explained earlier, I found an outfit that I really thought Oz would look cute in. I will put the picture, like the actual picture, up like right here, because guess what? They look really cute in it in the end, and in my opinion they do. And I do in fact really like how it turned out. So obviously there's a lot more detail in this one than there was on Crystal, so my line art took quite a bit of time. Which actually happens a lot when I do detailed sketches. This isn't even like the most detailed sketch I've ever done, and this is taking like forever. At least in my opinion. But that doesn't matter right now. What matters is that Oz is a druid and they love it. I don't really know what else to say about the line art. Coloring. My favorite piece of doing art is the coloring part, because anyways, my favorite part of doing art is the coloring, and I don't know why, it just entertains me. Even if like there's a set colors, like even if there's like set colors for the characters that I really follow, because I color pick. If you didn't know, when I'm doing fan art, I will color pick, because I'm lazy. Only rarely will I actually, like, fully pick my own colors, and that's usually when they're in a different outfit. Anyways, I love coloring. It makes me so happy, and it's just so calming. See, boots. See, the boots are there. I told you the boots would be there. Just a fun fact about Oz is that they are in fact Native American, so just a way, just more information to know when you're referring to them. To be honest, I didn't really think of their, like, is it a race? Ethnicity? I didn't really think of their race. I think it's a race, yeah. I didn't really think of their race when I made them a druid. I'm just now realizing that, hey, oops, that might be a bit of a stereotype, but whatever. They like it. Anyways, happy Oz. I don't know, man. Here you go. Okay, so finally, for the last character, if you couldn't tell just by the picture in the corner, we have Tyler. Because of course I put Tyler in this video. Why else? So before Tyler was Tyler, he was a completely different character. He was like a vampire prince or something, and he was roommates with Crystal. He looked completely different and everything, but I definitely took the vibes and the personality of this vampire prince and made it into Tyler's personality and vibes. But yeah, he was Crystal's roommate, and he was kind of more of a background character, not really like an actual character. He kind of just popped in from time to time because he can, and I really like Tyler. I don't even remember why I made him in the original story. I felt like Crystal needed a place to live, after getting booted from her home. You know, it's a long story, her past. Anyways, so I also don't remember the name of the character in the original story that was based off him, but, you know, it's Tyler, because, you know, of course it is, because I've been talking about him. I also futz around with this arm so much, like, it's not even funny. I have to, like, redraw it a few times, resize everything. This arm gave me a lot of trouble. But we aren't talking about the arm right now. No. We're talking about Tyler and why he's a vampire now. I made him a vampire because of his past character, because, you know, it's easy when you have a fantasy story and you make it grounded and all of a sudden you're just like, what if they were back in that fantasy world? But, you know, I like the story how it is now, but I like giving different ideas for what they would look like if they were in a different world. Anyways, I gave him some fancy vampire clothing because, you know, 1, he's a vampire, gotta have that fancy clothes, and 2, he's always been a fancy boy, you know? Like, he's just a fancy boy. He always has been a fancy boy. It's hard to explain. He's just fancy boy. How many times did I say fancy in that sentence? I don't know. So, like, as I said, I really do need references for clothing. So, in case you were wondering, all I did was go on Pinterest, searched up vampire clothing, male, and boom. Bunch of clothes for male vampires. Yay. But it was a fun little experiment. This whole challenge was a fun little thing to do. It really gave me a good challenge on how I would design them now, because I know that, like, in the past they just had normal, like, human clothing and stuff, and I didn't really make them actual, like, you know, characters. Well, I made them characters. I didn't give them, like, distinct outfits and stuff. Like, most of them just had outfits I found on Pinterest, and I was like, yo, I like that outfit. But, like, it was drawing outfits, so I was kind of, like, stealing the adoptables that were already sold. So, we aren't doing that anymore. Sort of. We're just stealing real clothing off Pinterest that you can just buy normally. You know, I'm not doing anything bad. I don't think. Anyways, so I gave him his little fangies because of course I needed to make sure everyone knew he was a vampire. And, you know, I needed to make everything work and everything. Hello. My dog just walked in, sorry. Anyways, I needed to make sure that everything, like, looked right and everything. So that's, I don't know. You'll notice in all. You done? I'm sorry, my dog went on a barking fit and I had to calm him down for a minute. We're back. As I was saying, you'll notice that in, like, every speed paint, or, like, every one of these I don't flip the canvas. It's actually very rare that I flip the canvas, which is a bad habit I have. I know I gotta do that more, but I don't want it to look bad, which is kind of sounds stupid for someone who doesn't flip the canvas, but you know what I mean. It makes sense, okay? Let me explain. So, like, I don't flip the canvas because I think it already looks great, and I don't want to flip the canvas to make so I, like, ruin everything, and I'm just like, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong, this could be fixed, blah, and then it ends up being a completely different thing. But, yeah, mostly I just go with it how it is. Anytime I have flipped the canvas, it's just been a hassle, in my opinion. But, anyways, as I said in a lot of these different things, I will color pick for a lot of these images. Like, especially with clothing and stuff, just color picking is easiest for me. Like, unless I'm doing, like, my own original clothing, which is rare, I will do my I feel like I said this all in Oz, but anyways, I said this all in Oz, didn't I? Whatever. Multiply layer for shading. You know the drill. Not everyone. You know the drill. No one knows the drill, Sam. No one watches you. Whatever. Anyways, multiply layer for shading. Do the quick little rendering bit that I do, and then we are done. Vampire Tyler actually was one of the easier ones to do as well, so I hope you guys like how he looks, and have fun knowing that he exists. Alright, welcome to the outro, everyone. So glad you decided to stay for some reason. This is just gonna be your usual outro bit saying, hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and all that silly stuff. If you like my art, please do feel free to go to my Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, my occasional Twitter, and just look at those. I like how it looks in there. I actually do some of my best work on there, in my opinion, but that's a story for another day. If you love my art for some reason, if you love it, my commissions are indeed open. All you have to do is go to my Instagram, Tumblr, TikTok, and just, there's a link in the description, in the bio. I can put it in the description too. Just fill out that form, and I will contact you through what you said was your best contact way in the form. You are not obligated to do this. I'm just mentioning it because for some people, they might want it. I don't know, man. But that is it. I am going away. I have another A3 redesign coming soon. My big project is not almost done. And I have other ideas for things, so bye.